The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Good Thursday evening, race fans. Welcome in to tonight's coverage of the Indy Race Parts Sprint Car Series season finale. Champion to be crowned miraculously. I do not see the champ's name in the lineup this evening. Dylan Yeager had over 100 points on the field, and I do not see his name in the warm-up lineup, so I don't know how that's going to affect things. We'll wait till the end of the night to find out for sure. But I think after last week, it was pretty much the foregone conclusion that this would be a victory lap tonight if he even showed up, and something must have come up. I do not see Mr. Yeager at all. Be sure you say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. If you got a favorite driver, make sure you give them a shout-out. If you're over on the Facebook, come to the Facebook page. Like, share, and follow. If you're over on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo, hit the subscribe button. The driver's ready to go out for qualifying. We're watching Jacob Denny right here. And we will be watching him as soon as I can figure out where all of my buttons went. There we go. Way better. Yeah, Denny gave it a good run last week. Came up a little short as Yeager picked up the victory. But first lap, 11:95. A 12:17 for Ryan Caldwell. And we'll see if Denny was any quicker. Does not look like he was. At 11:95 is going to be his time for this evening. Let's go here. Let's let Bruce Jones. Let's get on Bruce Jones. Bruce Jones. Almost a half a second. There was Fisher. Trevor Fisher jumps to the top 3/100ths of a second. 11:92. Trevor Royer timed in just now. Todd Brandt up there as well. Greg Sheeran on track. Trevor Royer, 11:92. So they just keep trying to get quicker and quicker as we're going along here. Fisher and Brandt. Same times, the 1,000ths of the second. The difference in the order right there. Sheeran, nearly a half second off of Royer at a 12:38. Did not improve on his second lap. Cody Terry out here in a 54 car. Got his time in 12:29 for him. Bradley and Babette not on track. Keith Bradley, I know he races every week. I think he just starts at the back. See Alex Scherzinski. 12:19 for him. That is ninth quickest. So it'll be Royer, Fisher, Brandt, Denny, and Jones, the top 5 this evening in qualifying. Just waiting for him to advance the session. Only a couple of cars. Keith Bradley actually rolls out onto the track. And we'll throw the backstretch camera on him out of turn number 2. Now the inside, trying to hang that left front tire all the way through 3 and 4. His first lap. Good for 5th quick. 12:01. Did not improve on lap number 2, so only Saban Babent. And I do not see the 99 car making an attempt to roll out onto the speedway. If you missed this week, wasn't a lot going on, but what we did have was amazing. 3 shows on Sunday. 1 last night, this one tonight. We're going to kick it back off on Sunday night with 2 shows. Midwest Dirt Car Series. Street Stocks. That'll be at 8 o'clock Eastern start. And then a 9:30 Eastern start for the Down Dirty 410 Outlaws. And then PRO gets back at it this coming Tuesday. They had an off week this past week. And we'll be back at it with them. They'll be in the late models. And then once again, Pro Lates for the Dirt Slingers over at the I-55 series, and that'll be our shows for next week. Mondays are being worked out. DSRL getting their stuff back together. They'll be back in a couple of weeks. Just waiting to see if anything new is going to kick off for the summer. A lot of people take the summer off because real racing, and if they need to work on a car or if they have aspirations to go to the track, a lot of people do not spend a lot of time on iRacing. Saban. Did Saban just roll the car out? Yes, he did. The 99 car on track. Took a little while, but he is out here. We're going to get on the clock for lap number 1. That car very soft in the right rear. Very soft. Almost tipping over, so soft. His first lap quite a bit slower, 13:66. Oh, and this time so soft it kind of spun around. So that looks like it's going to do it for qualifying. We're going to get ready for our 2 heat races. And they will line up thusly. Going to be Trevor Royer in the 90 car on the pole to his outside the 45 of Todd Brandt. Your second row inside Keith Bradley, the 071. Next to him, the 6 car of Benjamin Hickman. The 01 of Zach Jurczyk inside of row number 3 next to Cody Terry. That's the red number 54 car. And on the back, you saw him do his qualifying effort, the 99 car of Saban Babent. So 7 cars, everybody transferring to the feature tonight. Do not know where Dylan Yeager is at. If anybody knows, post that in the chat for me so I can figure it out. Is that spring fling thing going on this week? Because that might be where he's at. That's a lot of money to go win. All 7 drivers have now made it on to the track, ready to roll off. Be sure to say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Next time we come out of 4, Thunder and Lightning. Wingless sprint cars will get underway. Season finale. The Indy Race Parts Sprint Car Series presented by Elite Performance Industries. Green flag in the air. Heat race number 1 underway. Trevor Royer with a fantastic launch right there. He caught Brandt totally asleep. If Brandt ain't careful, Hickman is going to get around him on the top side. He went after him right there. Hickman just about got it up in the fence. Had to really check the car down, and Brandt was able to work the bottom. Brandt is going to take second back. Hickman is third. Bradley sits there in 4th. 3 cars in a line on the top side of the track. Jurczyk and Babent. Cody Terry down on the bottom. He'll fall back to 7th. Trevor Royer's got it locked down out front, but Todd Brandt has been quicker the last couple of laps. And Brandt is closing in on the bottom, making it work right up against the grass in the middle of the corners. Now Royer moves the car down. 3 to go this time. Goes back to the top in 1 and 2. Big drive off, bumps the right rear against the fence, comes to the middle in 3 and 4. And caution behind Cody Terry. Oh, so Bomba Bent and Keith Bradley kind of touched, and then it is a bounce, a roll, and a flip for Cody Terry. So we will get back. Just a 2-lap shootout remaining in this one as Terry and Babent will both be hauled to the work area. So Royer, Brandt, Hickman, Jurczyk, and Bradley remaining on the track. Just a couple of laps when they get the green. And we'll see if Royer can get a good jump and if Brandt has anything at all for him as the pace truck headed to the infield. These guys will get it back going down here in 3 and 4. And Brandt trying to leave a little gap. Royer brings it down the hill, gets started. That is a big restart for him. And he may have enough here to hold off Todd Brandt in the closing laps because the white flag is coming out this time out of turn number 4. Royer almost a full second over Brandt. Jurczyk and Hickman going at it side by side. That will be for 3rd and 4th. Royer wins it. Brandt was 2nd. Jurczyk got the run off the top. He takes 3rd. Hickman is 4th. Bradley 5th. Terry 6th. And Babent rounded out the field. We'll get ready to move on to heat race number 2. It'll be Trevor Fisher, the 16 car on pole. Next to him, the 61 of Jacob Denny. Bruce Jones will start the 17 on the inside of the second row next to Ryan Caldwell in the 4. And your back row this evening, the 23 car of Alex Scherzinski next to Craig Sheeran in the 72. So 8 more heat race laps. These guys will have a few minutes to work the track down a little bit, and then they will get ready to go for tonight's season finale. We will talk to the top 3 at the end of the evening. The lights are off on the pace truck. He makes the hard left, gets out of the way. Denny and Fisher. Fisher on the inside, Denny on the outside. Denny gets on the throttle. Good start for Denny. We'll see if that bottom side is as good in Heat 2 as it was in Heat number 1. Out of 4 to lead lap number 1, Trevor Fisher, but Jacob Denny really on the move on the top side. He's getting a bigger run out of 2 now. Who will have it at the line here? I think Denny may have this one, and Denny does lead lap number 2. Bruce Jones side by side with Ryan Caldwell. Almost got 3 wide right there. Straczynski took a peek. He was right down against the grass there in 1 and 2. Now Jones, everybody going to the top. Straczynski was past them both. Straczynski finds bite in the middle of the backstretch. Trying to work around Jones and Caldwell, and he's got the spot. Move him to 3rd. Jones and Caldwell now side by side for 4th and 5th. Ryan Caldwell by about a car going into turn 3. 2 to go this time. Still Denny and Fisher 1-2. Straczynski keeps peeking in on the left side of the screen there. He runs 3rd. This is the battle for 4th and 5th right in the middle of the screen. And right now, Ryan Caldwell has taken that away from Bruce Jones. So we'll go to the front as we're on the white flag lap. And Jacob Denny, 3/4 of a second, making almost a full second out of turn number 4. He picks up the win. Fisher, Straczynski, Caldwell, Jones, and Sheeran. We're going to round out our final heat race of the evening. So the drivers will be given a warm-up time here while they get ready for warm-up. We'll go pay a bill when we come back. We'll see who's doing what. Get ready for tonight's big season finale feature. All righty, I'm back into it. Drivers putting some laps in. Full wheel stand for Jurczyk there coming out of 2. Really got the car hooked up. Finds the bump there in turn 1 and kind of unloaded the car, at least unloaded the front end for him as he picks up the front wheels once again. 410 wingless sprint cars, a lot of power. Jacob Denny right now the quickest in this warm-up session. He's got a wheel stand going through turn 3 right there. So not sure where Dylan Yeager is. We're going to see how the points shake out this evening. Jacob Denny was about 100 points behind him coming into the night. But with Yeager not in attendance, even if he wins the championship, we won't get to talk to him. But I have a feeling he is off running some kind of big money race somewhere, and I'm just going to guess that it's at Spring Fling. Oh, Craig Sherham there on the inside, the black and gray car. Not a lot of chatter this evening, folks. Oh, Trevor Royer, he got clipped. Right there. It looks like he's going to take the 90 car straight to the infield. Keith Bradley. I'll put the car in the grass. Cody Terry and Trevor Fisher are electing not to participate in the warm-up session between heats and feature. Jacob Denny picked up the front wheels, carried them all the way down the front stretch. But it looks like it is now feature time. 38.5 laps the distance. Get down here, show you the starting lineup. It's going to be Trevor Royer on pole next to Jacob Denny. And then Todd Brandt and Trevor Fisher in row number 2. Benjamin Hickman. Alex Rosinski will be your third row. Your fourth row, Keith Bradley and Ryan Caldwell. Zach Jurczyk and Brent Jones in the fifth row. And Saban Babent and Craig Sheeran making up the sixth row, rounding out the field. Cody Terry will start on the seventh row solo. So it looks like Cody Terry's car not going to be able to make the call. 12 cars for tonight's 35-lap feature. These things, it's going to go fast, guys. 12-second laps. Guys are going to get around here really quickly. 35 laps will go by in a couple of minutes. If they keep it clean and green, we'll be out of here in 10 minutes, which is crazy. We'll do our interviews. Talk to our top three. I do not think we're going to get to talk to the champ if it is still Dylan Yeager. We'll check with race control afterwards, but I don't think anybody could catch him after last week's win, just the brief conversation that I had with those guys. So, going to go green out of 35 laps for the Indy Race Parts Sprint Car Series. Trevor Royer's on the throttle. The green flag is in the air. We are underway. Brandt on the inside falls back to fourth. Denny now putting the pressure on Royer already. Royer leads lap 1. Who will lead lap 2? Slide job coming. Royer got a giant run down the hill. Coming out of 2, gets the car in and pinches it a bit, and that allows Denny to go right back by Jacob Denny. Leading lap number 2. Trevor Fisher is third currently. Todd Brandt on the bottom trying to take that away, and he nosed ahead going into 3. We'll see who gets it out of 4. That time, Brandt had it by about a car length. Company on the inside, that was Benjamin Hickman. So very racy in the early going here. We're 4 laps in, working lap number 5. Denny not really getting too far away from Royer. Just over a quarter second, and there are already problems for Ryan Caldwell. Caldwell, the black car with the purple trim. Into 1 and 2. Yep, right there. That wall is kind of weird shaped right there. It's kind of flat in that spot. If you're a little too close, you touch it, it'll pull an open wheel car right up into the fence, break the suspension, and then you are off to Never Never Land. So, first casualty, Ryan Caldwell, but it is Denny, Royer, Brandt, Fisher, Hickman, Straczynski, Jurczyk, Jones, Sheeran, Babent, Bradley, and I don't know, is Cody Terry out here making laps? I don't see him. Don't see Caldwell. So there, the 71 car, the 071 car, the last running car on the track, that is 11th place. 29 laps still remaining. Green flag back in the air. Royer going for the slide job. Wasn't able to get it there. He's going to still be in second place. Brandt now in third. And he is staying married to the bottom. Did that in his heat races. Hello, Mr. Nichols. Brandt stayed on the bottom in his heat races, and looks like he's trying to do the same here in the feature. Holding on to third right in front of Hickman. Fisher's working the top side. Now goes into the middle in 1 and 2, and Fisher back here in fifth, trying to close the gap. Been busy today. I tried to call you earlier. I will either call you later on this evening or I'll call you tomorrow. But out in front, Jacob Denny, and he's got company now. Royer worked the inside out of 1 and 2, slides it up the hill. Trevor Royer back to the point, going into 3 and 4. Here comes Denny. These two, big contact. As Denny brought it across, and Royer found the right rear against the left front. These guys battling, but that allows Brandt to get in here 3 wide. Brandt got it out of shape. He's going to give up spots. We're going back to the front. Royer and Denny going at it, and Royer across the nose, slams the door, leads the lap, but Denny takes it right back. Good battle at the front. Denny around the top side, hangs onto it. Here comes Hickman, and Hickman keeping it locked in on the bottom. Able to bring the 90 car, or the 6 car, excuse me, the 6 car into the fray for a podium spot. Top 2 still going at it. Royer right rear almost dragging the fence. The white letters coming off those Hoosier tires. And now Denny starting to get away from Royer. You're not sure, maybe Royer has a little bit of residual damage as we have another caution. Craig Sheeran. He was about ninth when this happens. It looks like he gets in here, gets around sideways, just enough to trigger a caution, and then he gets it right back underway. So Denny, Royer, Hickman, Brandt, Jurczyk, the top 5. Fisher, Babent, Straczynski, Sheeran will drop back a ways. Bruce Jones. A lap down. Somehow Bruce Jones ends up a lap down. Didn't think that they had started lapping cars just yet. Things happen quick. We're down to 19 to go, folks. We are about 2 laps out of the halfway mark. So pace truck in, Jacob Denny going to bring us back to it. 19 laps remaining. 16 laps in the books.
Green, green, green.
Green flag. Back over our feature. Royer goes slider up the hill. And easy crossover for Denny. We'll see if Royer can cross him over down here in 3 and 4. They were side-by-side drag racing. Hickman almost had the 6 car in a 3 stack right there. He was right down against the grass. He does going into 3. Puts it on the bottom of the top 2. Really going at each other. Royer leads the lap, but by about 1 car length exactly. Now Denny had to check a little as he lost a nose going through the middle of the corner. He's going to come all the way up. Royer's going to cross him over again. Great battle at the front. Meanwhile, Hickman has the lead coming out of 2. Now has it going into 3. Brake checks the car down. I think that'll lose him the lead. And once again, Denny parking that car right there on the left front of Trevor Royer. Now Denny has a big advantage over Royer, but Hickman got the lead in that exchange, and he's been down on the bottom. Almost with the left front riding through the grass.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution again. This time, I don't want to say it. I think the 90 car Trevor Royer might have got into this one. Might have been one too many contacts, and he may have something broke. Oh, no, he did not. Jurczyk? No. Was that Jurczyk? Yeah, that was Zach Jurczyk. Slid across the nose, and Royer can't catch a break tonight. As Jurczyk threw the slider and Royer got into the push bar, and that's going to take Trevor Royer and put him in the infield. So Denny and Jurczyk, Brandt, Hickman, Denny, Jurczyk, Brandt, Babent, Fisher, Sheeran, Szerzinski. 8 cars as we're down to 13 laps to go. So back to green, and Denny tried to time it up. Hickman paused him for just a moment. Hickman staying locked in on the bottom. Man, he's got the 6 car hooking coming out of the corners. Stand below the bump on the entry to 1 down there. Denny's really having to hustle the car up on the top to get there. It's going to be 10 to go this time. And that time they were almost even. I think Hickman led the lap, but Denny streaked by briefly. Now Denny's got a problem out of 2. So he'll fall back, and once again, Hickman's going to lead the lap. This time Denny's going slider line. Trying to find a launch off the corners. Hickman 0.2 of a second that time at the line. Seven to go this time. Oh, Hickman. Oh, he found the tire in the infield. Jacob Denny, door open. Thank you very much. I'm going to step through there. I'm going to pick up about 0.8 of a second. I'm going to jump out to the lead. Now Jurczyk trying to work around Hickman. Laps running off of this one pretty fast. Denny's going to get the 5 to go signal, the wave lap. Jurczyk working around to the middle, trying to get by Hickman. Hickman really has that thing rolling well on the inside. He is fending off the 0-1 of Jurczyk by just feet. So laps tick away. 3 to go this time. 1 1/4 seconds for Jacob Denny. Oh, that time Jurczyk went high. That's going to open the door. 0.6 of a second, 0.7 of a second now between Hickman. Hickman goes up to the top shelf. 2 to go. It's Jacob Denny. 1.5 seconds out in front now. And down the out of turn 4, white flag. Oh, Dylan had to work tonight. Well, that'll interfere with your racing. Thanks for letting me know, Willie. 3 and 4 for the final time. Jacob Denny will win the season finale. Benjamin Hicks comes home second. Jack Jurczyk is going to run third tonight. We'll talk to those 3 drivers. Trevor Royer comes back out and salvages a fourth-place finish. Craig Sheeran, Todd Brandt, and Alex Rosinski, the remaining running cars. So we'll wait for our drivers to hop in here one at a time. There is Jacob Denny. Waiting on Benjamin Hicks and Zach Jurczyk to get into the chat so we can talk to them. We'll go real quick and we'll make sure that nobody is over in the other chat channel while we wait for the guys. I don't see anybody. Just waiting for them. I guess we could go talk to our winner first and see if the other two can make it while we're doing this interview. Because Jacob made it in here pretty quick.
User was moved to your
Jacob Denny, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you and Royer had a heck of a battle out there. You come home on top, man. Tell us about the feature.
Yeah, it was good. I realized I had the wrong bars in all night long before the feature, so I switched everything around, and then I realized I put the wrong bars in again before the feature. So I was definitely behind the 8-ball going in there, but just had to drive the wheels off of it and got it done.
So it sounds to me like you just should drive the car and you're not the crew chief. Is that about the sum of it?
Yeah, about.
Well, an awesome run nonetheless, man. You're closing off the season with the win. I don't know if anybody was going to be able to catch Dylan Yeager. I know he wasn't here tonight, but I don't know if anybody was going to be able to catch him in the points coming into this thing. But you made a heck of a run at it at the end of the season, man. Some great momentum, even though you're going into a break. Going to be ready for next season?
Yeah, I finally hit on some setup things. Know how to actually have a good setup for the big track, and so I'm not sitting off the corners, just lighting them up, watching everybody drive away from me. So hopefully we should be good the next season we have.
Well, we saw you in the warm-up, and you were able to carry the front wheels just about any time you wanted. Is that just a product of the way you're setting up the car, or were you just showing off out there a little bit?
That's just the setup. I like it super tight in these, just so I could use some more throttle and manipulate it more with a throttle and the brake. That's kind of my driving style. So it's a little bit different than most guys, but that's just the way I do it.
Well, an awesome run, man. I'm sure you got some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we will let you celebrate closing out the season on top of the podium.
I'd like to thank the Service Master, FK Routing, Small Speed Real Life, Sheetsy Designs, who makes all my designs, and good Lord for blessing me so I can race top level on iRacing and in real life.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congratulations again, and we'll look forward to seeing you back next season.
Yep, thanks.
Jacob Denny, your winner. I want to give a couple of minutes here still to our other drivers, because I would like to see if Mr. Hickman can make it into one of the chats. I don't see anybody in either one, and I don't normally do this, so you'll have to bear with me, folks.
Thank you.
We'll see if it's going to work at all. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to let me do it, because I cannot talk to the drivers on the track from up here. So let's get Keith Bradley up here.
User was moved.
Hey, Keith, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live on the air. Are we waiting for Hickman and Jurczyk to make it in here?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we will hang around a minute. Well, closed out the season, man. Tell us a little bit about what went on this year, and Dylan Yeager, obviously the champ in the points. I just went and looked. It looks like they're updated, and he wins by about 68 or 69 points.
Yeah, I mean, overall the season was pretty good. We had good showings every night, and then the drop off happened, which that happens with real racing and everything else going on. I think we're pretty pleased of how the season turned out, and can't wait to do season 2.
Yeah, when do you anticipate that is going to kick off so the fans can at least put it on the calendar to pay attention?
We're shooting for late November, early December, somewhere right in there. Trying to get an earlier start so that way we can end right before real life dirt racing kicks off. So that way, hopefully, we can alleviate the entry issue.
Well, so if this is all correct, Dylan Yeager 685 points, Trevor Royer 618, Vinny Sansone 594, Jacob Denny 586, and Bruce Jones 471. Looks like your top 5.
I was trying to download it.
Yep, that's all current.
So that is it. Dylan Yeager is the champ. I know Willie was in chat asking because Dylan had to work tonight.
Well, yeah.
Well, at least somebody can report it to him that he is the points champion for the season.
Yes, he is the points champion.
Well, we wanted to get you up here, clear some things up since we didn't get a chance to talk to second and third place, find out when your next season was going. Thank you for the opportunity to come in and cover the last 3 races with you. Hopefully, in November when you guys kick off again, you'll remember where we're at, and maybe we can cover the whole season for you next time.
Oh, absolutely, Roger. I know we really appreciate you coming in such short notice with the stuff that happened before you were brought in. We won't go there, though. But no, it sounds like the second place guy probably won't make it up here. And the third place guy is not going to make it also. They just notified us. But yeah, hopefully we can bring you back. That'd be awesome.
Well, by then maybe we can have all these guys worked out, and we can all end up in the same chat so we can do the top 3 every week. But other than that, man, like I said, thanks for having us. We look forward to seeing you guys in November, and keep everybody apprised of the situation, especially me, and we'll let the fans over here know.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you again, Roger.
All right, that was Keith Bradley, admin for the series. So let's look real quick at tonight's results before we get out of here. Not Heat 1. Our feature. Let's change to the feature. I don't know why it does that, but it decides to do that every time. So Denny wins the season finale. Hickman was second, Jurczyk third, Royer at fourth, Sheeran in fifth, Brandt sixth, Trzynski seventh, Fisher was eighth, Babette ninth, Bruce Jones 10th, Keith Bradley 11th, Ryan Caldwell 12th, and Cody Terry rounded out the field. As always, a pleasure. Cover the races. Hope the fans enjoyed it. Guys, we know you can watch this stuff anywhere. We are very happy that you come and watch it here. We love the interaction with the fans, so the next time you're on the channel, I'll be sure you stop and say hi in the chat. Doesn't matter who's covering it. We all pay attention. We will all respond back to you. We love interacting with the fans. That is probably the number 2 priority. Above trying to cover the race and make it exciting for you, chatting with you guys is always a blast. So let us know when you're on, you're watching. Like, share, and follow on the Facebook page. Subscribe on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. For Dominic Santina, Zach Krieger, and myself, good night, everybody. Keep it dirty.